Yeah, kiss it.
Yeah. Good guys whispering, we hear you loud. Move in the shadows, but you still stand proud. Ain't here for
Yeah, kiss it.
yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't. And then sometimes it works. What's up, y'all? We back in the whispering room. Shh. Like wind, she come. Alright, y'all. So, if y'all wondering, Baby Whisper, what the hell going on? You got a long sleeve shirt on. Eyes are cold in the studio. Alright. I'm scratching my forehead. That means I got knowledge. Anyway, so what are we here to talk about today? My body, my boundaries. No, thank you. I want to stop for a second. And I want to know how many kids know the difference between a good touch and a bad touch. I'm going to pause for dramatic effect. Today, parents, teachers, caregivers, daycare givers, whoever the hell you are with kids, and if you got a kid in the room, tell them come on here. The Baby Whisperer got something to talk about. I want to talk about touch. Touch. The most sensational thing of all. But it's specifically what I want to talk about. My body, my boundaries. As kids are going to school in this month, and I was going to wait for September to do this, but apparently we're all going back to school now. So, Baby Whisperer, speed it up a bit. Let's do it, okay? I need to explain to you about your body and your boundaries. So I'm going to do this in the candy-coated way as possible, so you can be able to translate this to your children. Now, if you got children that are 3 and under, I have a specific way to doing that. And when I was a daycare teacher for many years, and I own my own daycare, but when I was a daycare teacher, I used to teach kids about the no and the yes. And then they would go to their parents and say no when their parents go and touch them a certain way, and they would come back to me and say, Miss Yvonne, why are they telling me no? I don't like them telling me no. And I said, well, how did you touch them? If you grab them up by their arms and they say no, they're telling you that's the no touch. You are starting at an early age of teaching body boundaries. A lot of us get scared when we start talking to our kids about their body. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I got boys. So I was like, this is just like a fish out of water. I'm a girl. I ain't got none of your pots. But one thing I do know is, as a trained security analyst, as a trained security consultant, as a child advocate, I know how to teach you when things seem wrong and when you need to put the boundaries up. Now, we are skewing boundaries because people are saying you have to be polite. So I'm here to tell you, hey, tell your parents, listen, I did not like that. Just as you tell your parents, I did not like that, tell your teachers, tell your friends, tell whoever try to get into that boundary. There is a bubble that goes around you. If you do not want people inside your bubble, you need to tell them, back up. You're in my personal bubble. Okay? So let's start off with this, okay? First of all, I'm here to tell you, okay? I know your mama and your daddy and your grandmama and your aunt and your uncle gonna tell you, especially your mama gonna tell you that she had you, but I need you to do me a favor and understand something. Your body belongs to you. Not nobody else. You. So, listen up. Now, parents, you're going to hop in and you're going to be like, Baby Whisper, what you trying to tell my child? If they don't start understanding the difference that their body is their temple, we don't know what your child was going to allow. Now, there's a lot of people out there that allow their children to see what we call grown actions. Understand, when you let your child see these grown actions, you are adding in to, if a predator shows them something, it's going to be normalized. So I'm here to tell you, I'm like Grandma Baby Whisper to some of y'all, because I'm old. I'm here to tell you, your body belongs to you. Every child needs to know from the start, my body is your own. Your body is your own. No one, not a friend, not a family, not adults, not strangers, no one has the right to touch, stare at, or talk about your body in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable. I'm here to tell you, baby girl and baby boy, you are so precious. If somebody make you feel uncomfortable, I need you to do me a favor. My body, my choice. Y'all remember your parents saying that? So I need you to tell them, this is my body and you making me feel uncomfortable. I need you to voice what you got to say. Now I want you to be very cautious for all y'all teenagers watching me right now. Be very cautious when I say this. I didn't say with attitude. I said make it known that you feel like it's inappropriate. This is my bubble. I don't like that. Simple. No attitude, no disrespect. Always have respect. When you're standing on your truth, you stand on your truth with respect. Okay? So, now, I did say that you need to start teaching your kids this by the time they turn toddler. 2-year-olds need to know this. If your child goes to daycare at 1, they need to know this. They need to understand. Now, I'm gonna give you a real life example. Watch your parents scream at the screen. Ready? If someone tries to tickle you, hug you, or touch your hair or face, you don't like it, you have the right to say, no thank you, even if it's an adult. Now, I want you to do just like Grandma Baby Whisper did. Ready? No thank you. No one owns your body but you. Not even someone who loves you. Listen, your mama and your daddy gonna tell you, I had you, I birthed you. She did. She went through some excruciating pain to get you here too. However, that is your body, and you deserve to feel comfortable, and you deserve to feel love. If something makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not love. That's when I need you to go to that person you trust, and I need you just to say, I'm uncomfortable. Say it with me, y'all. Come on with me. I'm uncomfortable. Somebody was in my bubble. Now, parents, when they say this to you, don't be like, what? I want you to say, explain, and shut up. Yeah, kids, I'm telling your parents, shut up. I want you to say, explain, and shh. Do not interrupt them. Do not tell them, are they sure? Do not answer them. I want you to let them tell you why somebody else stepped in their bubble. Now, let me tell you why I call it a bubble. It's easy to pop a bubble, right? If you poke it, give it air, it's easy to pop a bubble. But when you got your boundary bubble up, only you can let somebody in your space. It's a magic bubble. It's a body bubble. I want you to understand that you are important. Your body is important. What you do to yourself, what you put in yourself, is for the health of you. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your grandma, not your aunt, you. Now, mamas and daddies, I'm going to break something to you, okay? While you sitting in the room with them, I'm going to break something to you. I have a book that says, psst, you can't pop my bubble. It talks about body boundaries. Now, I know y'all going to be like, wait a minute now, what does this have to do with me? It's not about you. You are not in school with them. You not at their practice with them. You not even in some of their churches or with their friends. We trying to teach them how to be independent and how to understand that when people start to make something normal, they know how to cut it off themselves. Yeah, I just told your parents off. Now you going on to say, ooh, I did that. Yeah. Now I know it's hard for all of us to be like, but that's my baby. Sometimes you need to stop and let your baby show you they are maturing the way that you need them to. Now come on a little bit close. I want everybody to come in. We're going to talk about safe touch and secret touch. Now I just told you about the good touch and the bad touch. The good touch and the bad touch is very different than the safe touch and the secret touch. Then the good touch and the bad touch, we talking about friendships and friends and when people be hitting you and stuff like that. I'm not going into that right now. I'm going to talk about something that a lot of y'all feel very uncomfortable with. Okay? So I know that some of the teachers have crossed boundaries. And parents, y'all look at each other and y'all be like, I know she didn't put her hands on my child like that. Can you please teach your kids safe touch and secret touch? Now listen, I got my little notes, so I need you to listen. 3 types of touches. You ready? Safe touch, like a high five or a hug from someone you trust and want. You can tell somebody, no thank you, I don't want a hug. Please be proper when you're telling people something for legal reasons, okay? Kids, you're not going to understand that, but your parents just understood what I just said. Putting your hand out with a big old 5 means no thank you. Unsafe touch, like hitting, grabbing, unwanted touching in private areas. Unsafe touch, that is the no touches. Remember I talked about that? Bad touch. But I want to talk about the secret touch, because a lot of parents have explained this to me in situations that made the baby whisper a little bit like, let me know what that doctor name is. Secret touch is when somebody says, don't tell anyone, or make you promise to keep it quiet. Now come in kids. Come in teenagers. When somebody tell you don't tell something, I need you to go tell it on the mountainside. You know that song your grandparents be singing? Go tell it on the mountain. I need you to go up there and go to your parents, your uncle, your aunt, your grandma. I need you to get on this tickety top and YouTube and tell that this person and say their first and last government name that has told you not to tell when they gave you a secret touch. And I'm going to tell you why I'm going to tell you this. When somebody tell you about a secret touch, most of the time, especially when it makes you feel very uncomfortable, most of the time it's leading up to something else that is going to be dangerously happening to you. Now, if this is coming from your mother, your daddy, your aunt, your uncle, I need you to go to that teacher that be telling everybody business to the principal and go tell. Now, some of y'all parents gonna look at me and say, how dare you tell my child to go tell? Because we have too many parents that are keeping secrets in the families that are damaging our children. This isn't about the family name. This is about keeping children safe. Body boundaries has been skewed for years because we keep saying, stay out of our family business. Once this boundary is crossed, your child has no safety. The point of body boundaries is for you to teach your child how important they are. And if they feel like they can't tell you because you won't believe them, then you have a problem already. Okay? Stay with me now. You're going to get mad. I know y'all mad. Get over yourself. I just told y'all that this is going to be a raw teaching. And the kids going to be laughing. You going to be mad. But you going to be happy at the end of this. You ready? So let's go. Kids need to know any touches that make them feel scared, confused, or sick inside is not okay. Now listen to this scenario. If you have felt this scenario, I want you to turn around to your parent or whoever the adult is and look at them and say, I get that. Now listen to the scenario. You ready? A family friend wants to play a game where you sit on their lap. First red flag. Anyway, let me finish it. And it feels wrong. But they say, don't tell your mom. It's our secret. This is a big red flag. Girls, ladies, princesses, we do not sit on nobody's lap. Now, I know sometimes y'all want to crawl up on your grandmama lap or your granddaddy lap and y'all just sitting there chilling and you want to stay. That's fine. But at a certain age, you are too old to sit on anybody's lap. The age that I get to is when you turn 10, then sit your butt on a chair and have your butt hurt like the rest of us sitting on them chairs. You are not supposed to be made feel uncomfortable. And if you sit in anybody's lap and you feel a strange feeling and you feel weird or you feel unsafe and you get down and go to your parents, you need to say, I don't like that. See, as I teach your kids that safe touches are never a secret. You can't be telling your kids they imagining something when I'm teaching them how to conversate with you and keep them safe. You're going to have to come up with the times and understand your child might use imagination to cope with what just happened, but they're going to tell you what happened. It is your responsibility as a parent to decipher what they said and understand how to protect them. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute. By half of y'all kids looking like, ooh, this woman going in. Not really. Not yet. I'm holding it back because y'all in the room. So, let's talk about private parts stay private. Now, I know that some of y'all see your mama walking around showing parts she has no business. I know some of y'all daddies like the fact that you have finally start, lifting weights and losing weight, and now you showing parts you have no business. But there is a personal time where you don't need to show certain parts. And as a child, you don't show those parts anyway. You ain't old enough. So please listen when I say this, okay? Classily, I'm going to try to say this without using any Skittles and rainbows coming out my mouth. So let's try this. We use real names for private parts. Now I'm going to say some stuff, and y'all going to be laughing. Like penis, vagina, chest, buttocks. You must call it butt. Because it keeps kids safer. Teach them that private parts are the areas covered with a bathing suit. Or supposed to be. Because some of y'all don't wear clothes. But we talking about actual places. And no one should touch or ask to see them. Not for a game, not for a dare, not for a joke. Let them know even people they know can cross boundaries. Even people who say I love you can cross boundaries. Now, you're going to say, baby whisper, is this what you taught your kids? Now, see, me as a trained person, I taught my kids two things. Now, we call things different parts because I got boys, like I said, and it's embarrassing, but that's not the point. But when I do talk to them about things, I absolutely tell them to show me where that part is and what's supposed to be covered. It's not a game when you're teaching your kids this, and I'm going to tell you why it's not a game. If you turn it into a game, then your child is automatically going to associate the body parts with playing. When you're teaching your kids safety, body parts and playing is not something you want to do. This is a serious matter. Now you're going to say, kids don't understand serious matters. When you get stern with your child, they understand you're serious. Listen to my example. Someone in your family tells them to keep their shirt off and watch something inappropriate. The child feels weird, but is afraid to get in trouble for telling. Love never makes you hide what happened to your body. Love never makes you hide what happens to your body. You have to make sure that when you're talking to your kids about safety, when you're telling your kids about their body boundaries, when you're telling them about their private parts, it is a serious matter that you're talking about. It's not a joke, it's not fun, it's not a game, it's not a song. You need to sit down and have a conversation. Now you're going to say, baby, so you're always firm when you talk. The assertiveness and the authority in my voice is something that I've had for years. That's just something that's in my voice. And everything that I've done, when I talk to kids, you might think she sounds a bit brutal. But the kids are all laughing and coming my way because they understand the different diction of my voice. The dictation and the diction in your voice. When you start to talk with authority, but you're talking in a soft tone, they're going to understand that what you said is serious. But you need to understand that, yes, I'm telling you something serious, but you need to still understand to come tell me. No matter how you think it's going to make them feel uncomfortable, your parents need to know when something has touched you and hurt you. Your parents need to know in the situations when you feel uncomfortable. Your parents need to know when somebody has given you a secret touch, a bad touch. They need to understand and know exactly what happened. So no matter if you think or somebody told you they won't believe you, your parents will believe you. And if they turn the baby whisperer into a liar, you can always whisper to me too through the imaginators, and I'm going to get my hands on the parent and the person that hurt you. Okay, I got you back. You have to understand that your children have a voice. And if you don't teach them how to use their voice, and their voice is important, their voice is no longer going to be that shield. Now, I was talking about the bubble. The reason why I talk about the bubble, because there's one shield that goes around the bubble, and that is their voice. Kids must know that it is not rude to say no, stop, don't touch me, and even yell it if someone crosses a boundary. Their voice is not just singing or talking, it's about protecting their space. So when you say, well, baby whisper, you're talking about the bubble, and you said there's something that goes around the bubble. The chemistry and the energy that makes the bubble unpoppable is their voice. So I want you to turn around and tell everybody, if you in the room, kids, I want you to say, you can't pop my bubble. That's what I want you to say. Now understand something, children. When you're talking to your parents, you must have respect. If you're talking to an adult, you must have respect. Just because you have to say, no, I don't like that, doesn't mean you have to be disrespectful. You just need to be able to tell them that you're serious. Now, I need you to role play as parents. Saying these phrases loudly and confidently. Practice different situations where they need to say them. So, I'm going to give you an example right here. Someone keeps hugging them and playing too rough, and it doesn't feel right. Instead of freezing and laughing nervously, they need to say clearly, I don't like that, stop. I need for most of you girls to understand, and boys in school, because in school they tell you, be polite, be nice, tell them nicely, I don't like that, stop. If you repeat that more than 3 times to the same person, I need when your parents pick you up, I need when you get home off that bus, I need you to go to your mom, take a deep breath, and say, today I told so-and-so I did not like that, stop, and the teacher did not listen to me. Parents, response. I need you to respond to them. Okay, well, what did they do? Let your child respond. Now, this conversation should go on about maybe 10 minutes. Not what you telling your kid, okay, well, they were just playing. Don't downgrade what your children are saying to you about their body boundaries, because you are setting them up for predators. And if you pay attention, you've already seen that some predators use peer strangers to get to your child first. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at this channel. It's somewhere up here. Now, you can always tell me. Now, I want y'all to hear me, okay? Hear me really good when I say this, okay? I'm going to add these two together. I'm going to add this one. You can always tell me, and respecting your child's boundaries too go together. Parents, I'm going to say this as nicely as possible, okay? To tell your child they can always tell you, and you to call them a liar is conflicting everything you just said. To tell your child you can always tell me, and then they hear you talking smack about them, and they hear you telling them you make up things, they're never going to tell you exactly what's going on. I hate to, I'm breaking the kid code. Let me break kid code right quick. They're never going to tell you because they don't trust you anymore. Now, in those situations, I want you kids to make sure you have your telephone. Now, I'm going to tell you what your telephone is, okay? When somebody gets into your boundaries and you don't want to go to your parents yet, you must have that adult in your family that you trust, that you know going to tell your parents if it get too late. Now, this person can be your TT, can be your granddaddy, can be your aunt, your grandmama, whoever it is. It can't be your brother and sister. It's got to be an adult. Unless you got brothers and sisters that's 21 and over, then it can be one of them. Now, the second person in your telephone line, that's the first person in your telephone line. They when you got to really tell something. The second person in your telephone line can be your friend that can talk correctly. Your friend that's a little bit older but can talk, that's in your circle, that know they make you feel good. You can have a conversation, you can communicate with them, you can relate to them. That's the second person in your telephone line. The third person in your telephone line is either your mama, your daddy, your grandma, or your granddaddy. And that's the choices you get. Now, I'm going to tell you why. If you don't have your grandmama or your granddaddy, then replace one of them with your aunt or your uncle, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you why this is. Because this means that somebody has actually put their hands on you. Somebody has made you feel some kind of way. Somebody has made you cry or feel angry, and you need to tell your parents. And before you start this conversation, let me give you this thing, okay? Now, parents, you're going to be looking at your kid like, what is wrong? Tell me what is wrong. I need you kids to say mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, granddad, grandma. I need you to listen. And you're going to say, how you going to tell my child to tell me to listen? Because you need to actively listen right now. I need you to turn off your mouth and turn on your ears like we tell them. And I need you to hear exactly what they say. And before you want to make your own conclusion, you might want to wait to the end of their sentences. I mean, the story needs to go on to the end. The question you need to ask is, are you done? Is that all that happened? And if they keep talking and say no and keep talking, shut up and listen. Now, you're going to say, baby Westwood, this can go on for hours. I don't give a damn. Shut up and listen. Now, yeah, I did say that. Damn is in the Bible. Kids don't say that. Anyway, so then I need you parents, after they go on. Now, if they go longer than 15 minutes, then you need to say, okay, let's recap. What made you feel uncomfortable? Now, I'm preparing them for something. I'm preparing you for something. So, kids, let me talk to you first. When you talking to your parents trying to explain what happened, I need you to stick to exactly what happened. I need you to tell them with detail names. How you felt, what happened. Parents, I need you to listen to the context clues. You ready for the context clues? The context clues is who, what, where, when, and how. Again, who, what, where, when, and how. It. Then when all of this is established, I need you to go into the kitchen, leave your kid there with a pen, a piece of paper, and tell them to draw something to make them happy. I need you to go into the kitchen, and what I personally like to do when I hear some of y'all kids talk is I need you to have an ice cold Pepsi, do not get no alcohol, a glass of milk, some Pepsi or some water. I need you to sip it 5 times, put the plate down, and go back in the room, take a deep breath, and tell them, what would you like me to do? It. I'm giving you the whole sketch right here on this video. Now I'm going to tell you what I'm preparing them for. If an abuse has happened, you are preparing them for the police that is going to come interrogate them. You also preparing them for if something happens in life, they have to strategically analyze what happened so they can get to a solution. You are teaching them how to conflict resolution. if you don't understand what I'm doing right now, then you need to be taking my parenting class seriously. Because a lot of kids don't have conflict resolution. Some of y'all parents ain't got that either. You hear somebody put their hands on your kids and you going straight to the conflict. Let me go get my tennis shoes and my Timbs. It's not going to help all the time. You see, the first person, when somebody crosses our boundaries, the first person is we're supposed to protect the person that got hurt. You going out there fighting, ready to go, ready to start cussing is not protecting your child first. Once you get your child straight, once you get the teen straight, once the person has been hurt straight, then you move on to whatever else the resolution needs to have. But I'm going to tell you something. When somebody affects emotionally or physically your child, when they step into your boundaries, you are not going to feel safe for at least 2 months. Most of us, God bless me, sorry. Most of us have to go back into the same atmosphere. When it comes to bullying, listen to me, okay? When it comes to bullying, your bully is looking for that fear that you're going to feel. They want to feel the power over somebody else. When you show them that you are standing your ground, it's going to change. Understanding boundaries is going to help you understand how to communicate with other people as well. When you know to put your bubble up, when you say, I don't like that, when you voice yourself, you're going to be confident in yourself to start loving yourself and doing stuff you like. You're going to understand that you might be the only person that like Powerpuff Girls. Everybody on the side like trolls. But it's okay that you're a little bit different because you can still see the trolls and listen about their trolls, but you can tell them about the Powerpuff Girls. Out of respect, everybody going to have a communication. See, boundaries and body boundaries go with communication. It also goes with conflict resolution and how we understand and love and understand we are important. It's that we gotta know our importance of ourselves. So I'm not talking to y'all parents no more. I'm talking to the kids. I need y'all to understand how valuable you are. Right now, you are the future of our country that half of y'all parents have destroyed. I need you to know that everything you got and everybody that you are love you for you. And when your bubble is intruded on or popped and you feel like nobody is listening, I need you to understand that somebody gonna hear you. Because the importance you are is that if somebody has not told you, little prince or princess, you matter so much to this universe that we are going to tell you how much you matter to protect yourself. It's the baby whisperer. Some of y'all call me grandma. Some of y'all call me auntie. I would be the baby whisperer. Parents, this is not about what we were taught. This is about protecting our kids in this world. This is about understanding that our babies need to be able to protect themselves because we don't go everywhere with them. Knowledge is power. You can't pop my bubble. The book is in the description. And as always, if you whisper, I will hear you. Shh.
My body and mind from head to toe. If you touch without asking, I can say no. I've got the right to feel safe and free. Nobody's the boss of me. belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, respect my body, it's my place. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, respect my body, it's my place. If someone's too close, I step away. I use my loud voice and I say, that's not okay. Please let me be. I keep myself safe, I protect me. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, back, my body, it's my place. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to my body and mind from head to toe. If you touch without asking, I can say no. I've got the right to feel safe and free. Nobody's the boss of me but me. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, respect my body, it's my place. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, respect my body, it's my place. If someone's too close, I step away. I use my loud voice and I say, that's not okay. Please let me be. I keep myself safe, I protect me. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, back, my body, it's my place. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, respect my body, it's my place. Somebody, if you feel unsafe, what can you say? And
From my head, my heart, down to my feet, I'm strong, I'm safe, and I'm complete. I'm the boss of my body, can't you see? Nobody's the boss of me but me. My head, my heart, down to my feet, I'm strong, I'm safe, and I'm complete. I'm the boss of my body, can't you see? Nobody's the boss of me but me.
my body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, respect my body, it's my place. My body, my rules, you see, it belongs to me completely. Hands off, back up, give me space, respect my body, it's my place.
And I storm in, I don't yell, I form and move like a wave when the winds start warning. Soft voice, hard shield, queen of the field. Don't mistake stillness, that's when I'm